Hello and welcome. Uh, this is the UiPath Advanced Training Assignment 1 demo video. Uh, my name is Saikat Chakraborty. I am from Bangalore, India. Uh, Please bear with me if there is a noise and some delay in the video because I am running this demo in a remote desktop machine. Uh, so let's start. So before going to you can see I already opened the robotics enterprise framework template with my changes, with the assignment 1 changes. So let me first show you the config. So as you can see I have added three config settings, one for system 1 URL, that is the acme test URL, and we have the next one is the our SHA one line URL to get the hash code, and third is the system credential which will be read from the UI demo orchestrator. Okay, let me close this. Then let me show you the data. So I have already resetted my test data. So let me show you the data. So as you can see, all data is in open state. So for better uh, transparency and clarity, what I have done is I have made one more Excel sheet where I noted down the all work item of type WI5 type and which status are open. So currently the status are open. Then I have made one more column after test run. So once the test is run, so I'll go through the again Acme test data website and we'll review the data results and we'll update the results here accordingly so that we can get the analytics better. Okay, so let me just show you the data state currently and the Excel thing. All right, so as you can see we have the first work item of WI5 109305. Same I have mentioned here. Then next we have 1264545. Yes, we have mentioned. Is there anything one? Is there any other workflow? No. So let's go to the second page. So here, yeah, there is one. So 297325. Anything else? No. Now let me go to the third page. So here we have one here, 409515. Then we have 468735. Yes, 468735. Is there anything? Yes, there is one more. The 478675. Let's go to the fourth page. Is there any data? Yes. So we have only one here. 603915. 603915. Then let me go to the page 5. Yes, there is one 637755. Yes, I mentioned. Yeah, there's one more 676415. 676415. Go to the sixth page. Do we have here? Yes, one is here. 831835. Sorry, 831835. No. And let's go to the last page, page number 7. Yeah, so here we have 898665. Alright, so as you can see, I have mentioned the uh, all the work item ID with the status open. So we'll update the status when the test is run. Alright, so but before going to the robotics framework or the workflow, let me show you the asset in the demo UiPath. So I have used this system one credential where I have mentioned my same username, Gmail username as Acme test user plus Academy UiPath. So every same user email is used in everywhere. Right. So let's go inside the workflow. Alright, so as you can see, I have used the robotics enterprise framework to accomplish the job given by the requirements given in the assignment 1 to get the work items from the Acme test, and then first to get the data scraping, login, then data scraping, then go through each individual work item and then generate the hash code based on the client ID, name and the country, and update individual work item with the generated hash code respectively, and update the status, and finally stop the work execution. Alright, so let me show you the first the init workflow. So as you can see, it is reading all the configuration from the config file and keep it in a uh, dictionary. This is a dictionary, so I have not changed anything. I will use the existing workflow, and these are key process to clean up the system before starting any actions or the transactions. So in my case there is nothing to clean, so I have not used it. Alright, so this is the login workflow for the Acme system. So let me show you the uh, input arguments. So for credential, I have used the config system on the credential from the config file, URL also read from the config file, and I have stored the browser Chrome browser variable in an output argument which will be used in the later workflows. So let me show you the login workflow. So yeah, so as you can see, I have used the annotations, and then I'm getting the credentials from the orchestrator. So let me open this. So annotation is there, and you can see the get credential activity with the asset name from orchestrator, and the output is saved in the password and the credential and username saved in two variables output arguments which will be used later. Then I'm using a try-clutch block to start the login process. So I'm opening a browser with the same system on URL which will be read from the config, and then I'm logging in with the username and the password and the secure password read from the orchestrator asset, and I'm logging in to the system, Acme system, and I'm verifying whether the login is successful by checking if the dashboard element is there, and then I'm making login successful variable true. In case of any exception, it will go for re login, and it will send the email uh, to the Acme system. Alright, so let's go back to the main. So next is to click the work. Once the login is done, it will click on the work item page. So, it will click on this work item page. So this workflow is for that. Let me get to work item. Yeah, so it will just click on the items and then exit. But I have mentioned all the annotations and the exceptions to log the exceptions. In case of the exception, you can back it. Where is the exception? Then third one is the extract the data from the work items using data scraping. So it will go to the individual pages and get the data out of it, and then it will start the data processing. Okay, let me log out from here. Okay, so alright, so my init is done. So let us see the arguments or the variables. So we have a transaction number set as a 1, config is there, which will be like a global variables which will be used across the this workflow. Alright, so let us go to the get transaction data. So initially I have not changed anything. Yes, I have tried to reuse the same temp as template. So if there is no exception, it will try to get the transaction data. So let us see the arguments. Alright, so we have the transaction number which is set as 1 initially. Then we are sending the entire dictionary, config dictionary, and from the transaction we are getting the alright, sorry, I have not shown you the extract information, right? So before going to the transaction data, so what I was doing is doing the data scraping. So data scraping, after data scraping, it will be saved in a data scrap, will save in a data table, and then we'll filter out the data table based on the condition given in the requirement document, which is nothing but get the data, get the work items of type WI5 and whose status is open state. So ideally it should return these many rows. So we'll get around 11 rows. Alright, so and it will be set as a output argument which will be used in the later point of time. Yeah, so it's output of type array of data rows. Alright, so let us go back to the get transaction data. So I have used the annotations and some activities, right line activity to the debug data, because I have tested the workflow individually for better integration or like smooth integration. All right, so initially the transaction number is 1, and we'll get the, and we are sending the entire array of data rows filter out for only for work item type 5, and status is open. So it will check with the transaction number, current transaction number, with the uh, array count. If the count is less or equal to, we'll go for processing. So and the transaction number start with 1, whereas the array starts with index 0. So to get the items, we have to minus with the number 1. So to negative, reduce the transaction number with 1. So that I have done here. So if the transaction number is 1, so it will do -1, so it will get the 0, so it will get the first item from the array, and so on. And this loop will run for 10 times. Once the transaction number become updated in the 11, so then the loop will quit. That's it. So we are saving the transaction items, which is nothing but a data row in the out transaction items, and then we are moving to the process data. So let us go back to the main. All right, so let's see the process data. So initially I have tried to reuse the template as it is as much as possible, and so initially visual tool is null, and then I'm going for processing the individual transaction items, which is nothing but a data row. So if you see the arguments, so I have sent transaction items which are taken from the get transaction data, which is nothing but a data row type of data row, one individual row from the array, and then I send the entire config and the browser variable, Chrome browser variable, to use the same UI window, Chrome window. Okay, so let's open the process. I think it's already opened here, right? So you can see we have the annotation and some my debugging variables. Okay, so here the process is, once the work item has come, we'll first try to navigate to a individual work item page, which is nothing but the acme test URL slash work item slash the work item ID. So we're trying to navigate to the work item page in this workflow. So what we have passed in the argument, let us see. So we have passed uh, the acme URL from the read from the config dictionary, then we string concatenating with the work items, and then we are sending the individual transaction ID right from the array, and there is a out argument and the browser variable for using the same Chrome browser window. Alright, so let's go to item details page. So here I have put all the annotations, then I have tried to use the system URL. Okay, this was debugging variable. So here I'm trying to use the same browser variable here to use the same browser window, and then I'm navigating to uh, uh, the individual work item page for further processing. Next is the, once the individual work item page is opened, to extract the client information like client ID, client name, and the client current country. So for that, we have just passed the in as the browser variable. Rest is all output variable, which is nothing but the extracted client ID, client name, and client country. So let's see. As you can see, I have used the annotations and everything part in a try catch block. So same browser, and I'm extracting the entire client ID, client information in one go, and then I'm doing the string operations on uh, the variable where it is saved. So we do some substring operations to get the client ID, client name, and the client country. So all are saved in output arguments, which will be used in further processing. Next is we want to get this client information to generate the hash code, which will be used in updating the work item. So as it is mentioned in the requirement document, so we have passed the SHA-1 URL as the input string, and then the formula. The formula is the client ID hyphen client name hyphen client country, and once it is generated the hash code, we are sending it as an output variable. Alright, so let's go to the get client hash. So here the annotation is there, some my debugging activities. So this opens a new window, new Chrome window, and then we find out the text box, and we paste the formula, and we send the hotkey enter. So we need to do an extra click activity. Then once the hash key is generated, we extract the text, and we extract the text and save it in a output hash code argument for next level of processing. Then we are just closing the window because it's not further requirement. It will open again next time the loop comes here. Alright, so now we have the hash code ready. So, and our page is already open on the work item page, so we'll try to reuse it. So we'll use the same browser variable, and we got the hash code, and we'll send the status of the individual item. Alright, so let's see update work item. So here is the annotations. So first we go to the work item page and click on the update work item button. So this opens another pop-up window in the Chrome. So to identify that, we have used a separate selector. As you can see, this is a different selector to identify the child window or the pop-up window. Then once the window is open, we try to paste the hash code in the text area, and then we try to set the status as a completed in the select item drop down box, and then we try to save the work item. This pops up a confirmation message box, so we click OK, and then we close the pop-up window. Alright, so that's how it goes. So now the loop, let me explain the loop also. So once the process is done, one process is success, so it will go for taking the next item. So that I have done in the success state. I have mentioned to increase the transaction number. So if you see, transaction number is initially 1. So if the process is success, we are increasing by 1. So next time it will go for the get transaction data, or get transaction data, and go for the next item, take the next item from the array and start processing. In case of any exception or error, I'm making it as a resetting the transaction number as a 1 so that I can go for again further processing. And once everything is done, there is no more data. Once there is no more data, so it will go for the closing of all the applications. So if you see the close applications, I'm just signing out from the Acme website and closing the browser. So system on to close, it is calling. So here I'm just logging in, doing logging out, and then I'm closing the tab, and that's it. So our process is done. Alright, so now let's run it and see how it goes. So let's go to the main and start running it. So as you can see, it is trying to log in to Acme. It get the work items page, and now it started doing the data scraping. So now it is trying to save all the scrap data in a data table, and then it will start processing individual transaction items, that is nothing but the work items. So it will go to the individual work item page and start processing the data. Alright, so it has gone to first work item page. Now it is open the hash code URL, and now it is trying to update the hash code with the individual work items. Now it is going for the next work item. Please note the work item ID and the status for so that you can verify with later. I know it be faster, but yeah, can't help it. So this loop will run for 11 times. Okay, still running. I think still many are pending. So let's see. It has come to almost, I think, the end. As I can see, 8, 9. Alright, so it is done. So it is now logged out and close the browser, and the process has ended without any exception. Alright, so now uh, let's go back and verify the data in Acme. Alright, so as you can see, the work item type is updated all the type with work item type 5 is updated with the status completed, Now let's match with our Excel sheet. So 109305, yes, 109305 is completed. Let's update it. Completed. Next is 126545. Yes, this is the one. So it is completed as well. So let's update with completed. Okay. Anything in this page? No. As you can see, it has only processed the work items of type 5, and others have not been taken care. So let us go to the second page. Yes, so we have only one item here, 297325, 297325 completed. Anything else? No. Let's go to the third page. So here we have 409515, 409515. Yes, it's done. Let's go back to this one, second one, 468735, 468735. Yes, it's also done. Then 478675 is also completed. Nothing else in this page. Let's go to the fourth page. Alright, we have only one item here of WI5 which has got processed, 603905. Yes, completed. Alright, let's go to the next page. Okay, so we have here 637755, 637755 completed. Anything else? Yes, one more, 676 415. Okay, right. Now let's go to the last page. I think sixth page, so second last page. Alright, we have only one here, 838 831 835. Yes, done. Now let's go to the last page. Yes, we have 898, sorry, 898665, 898665. Yes, completed. So as you can see, let me verify one more time on this page. Alright, so we have done the end, and all work item type 5 of status open has been ran and processed successfully, and after test run it has been completed. So yeah, so as you can see, so all work item has been processed successfully as per the requirement. So the test run is done without any exception, and yeah, so that's it from my side. But I'd like to add a comment like this robotics enterprise framework, which is I think the great to start uh, for a big and large project. So definitely I'll try to use it from my next assignment or the project. Yeah, thank you. And if there is any issue from your side while evaluating the on this assignment, please mention a comment so that I can fix all those comments and go for a rerun. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you from my side. Have a good day. Bye.